olijven, groene olijven, zwarte olijven, olijven in look, pikante olijven, olijven met piet, olijven zonder piet, olijven met stukjes paprika in, olijven met anchovies, kaas, passendalen, maretsu, brie, roquefort, boursin, chester, Danish blue, chips, zout, peper, zout en peper, paprika.
So first of all, can you tell me your concept of the work that you made here for the WordCamp?
The concept changes a lot, but it was I wanted to do something about the society. I think that the society is always about me, and so I wanted to do something about that. So I took I created a character, a guy who has a shitty job and who wins the lottery, and who goes berserk with money, and then I found out later in the text while I was writing it that it's not about him, the text. It's about a friend of his. He only had one friend, he wins the lottery and he loses sight of the friend, and years later he sees him back on a square in a public place, and he is not sure if it is him, but he's afraid to ask because he looks so bad, and yeah. So it's in fact not about him. It's about, initially you think the text is about him, but it's about his friend in fact. It's about the people we forget. That's the concept. I wanted to do something about money, and because now when God is dead and paradise is gone, and it's all about the money, it's all about the dum-dum, do-do-do-dum. I think it's, if everything, the new God is like, this is the only thing that's left or something. Everybody works, money. It's all, now with the crisis and the banks and the economy, and so I wanted to do something with that. It's really difficult also because one piece of the text is the writer who is speaking, and the other one is a character. So it's really, and I have to do both. So I'm trying to find a solution for it. I don't know, maybe cut out some things.
But you told me that you are interested in more directing, and not acting.
Yeah.
And now you are acting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's strange. I know, but it's been 6 years since I acted. My own. I act in other people's work, but it's been 6 years since I acted in something of myself, because it's really difficult to take distance. It's really. If you write the text yourself and then you do it yourself and then there is no director, and then it's hard because it's layer on layer on layer the same. If you work with other people, they bring something new, they bring other point of view. So that's why I don't normally do my own text. I will play in other people's text. Of course, no problem, I will play anything. I like it, but I don't like my own text. Normally somebody else does it.
Does it somehow reflect to this WordCamp?
Yeah, of course, because there was a guy who made music with I didn't know if you saw it, but he did like this, and then that's when I realized the text wasn't about me, it was about my friend, me, the character, me, not me. So then I realized, so it has a lot of influence. Also when Jana came here and said, oh, that's the house, then I had something like, okay, maybe I have to do something with yeah, it put a lot of course, if you're walking around here and you're talking with people, and then of course, and you're writing a text, yeah, of course it's gonna come into the text.
And who is your audience?
I don't know, I hope it's like normal people can understand it, but I know that it's not so difficult to understand, but it's not classic. So that's what I had with my last piece also. It's really human and really volks, for the people, for normal people. But it's also a bit, because of the format, it's sometimes difficult to follow because it doesn't follow a straight line. It's more, now I do a little piece and then a little piece of this, and you make your own connections. First I have something that I write about food, and then I have something I write about losing everything or winning, and yeah, I don't know. You have to, it's more like short fragments all the time, so sometimes it's difficult for people to get into it, but with a little bit of music, it's normally it's more easy for people to just accept.
And I can see that there are fragments only on your paper, mostly, but when you were playing, it was like a whole text. So is it like an improvisation when you are on the stage, or do you have it in your mind, the whole text?
It is. It's not an improvisation at all. It's the text, but the text looks like it's an improvisation because it's more like a stand-up text or something. I say like for example, he wins the lottery and he's gonna get some clothes. Then I say, look what I bought, and I put on these pants, and look at this, and ta-ta-ti, ta-ta-ta. But I will always do it the same. It looks like, hey, I'm talking to the people and say like, I'm inventing this now, and what I'm gonna do now, but I know what I'm gonna do now. So it's also part of the piece is explaining the piece, because it's a really nice contradiction, because he's a guy who wins the lottery, and for example I say, yes, there's going to be a lot of food here, and you can all eat it, and I'm going to have a swimming pool with 2 naked women, but I still have to find them. So I'm explaining the piece, but of course there never will be any food, and there never be any woman. That's the tragedy. I didn't win the lottery. I'm just here in a shithole and trying to that's really, it's about dreams or something. I don't know, but if I had a lot of money, I would make like, and we'll make a theater piece like this or something. It's also about that, but it's not a shithole here, of course not, but it's really, it's good that it's contradiction with what there really is, with what I'm saying all the time, and then what you see, there's nothing. So.
Did you get any feedback from the audience here?
Yeah, I did. There were people who really liked it, like the Swimmers of Loch Ness. He immediately came to me and said, man, it was beautiful, it was really nice, and because it's also, it's very personal what I do, and it's really, he really liked it. Then there were people that say, yeah, you still have a lot of work. Of course, I know I had a lot of work. It was after 1 week that I showed it. So, and I myself, I'm not really happy yet, because it's not intelligent enough.
And so after the whole welcome, do you think you will continue
Of course.
in this play?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I will try to. August we're gonna sit together with the people of my group. We're gonna make dossiers to ask for subsidies, and normally we will play it, so I will work on it, and then we will play it on other places. And then we invite some programmatoren to see if they are interested.
Is there any goal for you to reach at the end of the welcome? Or something like goal?
A goal, yeah, to create a structure that the text is finished, that there is, yeah, that people come to me and say, wow. Wow. Yeah, that's my goal, of course, to get feedback, to share my story, that's my goal, to create.
And what do you think about the whole camp here?
Oh, the weather, I don't know. I don't really like the weather. So, in the beginning, the first week, it was really cool. I think the space is really cool. I think it's a good idea, and then all the people together, and I really met some interesting people, and that's really good. And like I said, they also have influence on what I did here, and I really like it. It's not so like, oh, it's not theater, you know. When you're in a house, you get all the freedom, and that's really good. And I think I like to work like this most of the time. If I did something in Brussels, it's also like in a squad or something, or in not controlled environments where they say, yeah, no, you have to do it like this, and we want a product and it has to sell, and yeah, that's most important for me. I think that's what I like about this place, that it's really free, and but it is cold, and the rain is quite depressing or something. So, and it was difficult to come back after I was in a luxury hotel in Ghent, where I was playing for a week. So it was really difficult to come back to adapt again. But now I'm already adapting again. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe next year, if they give me another chance, I don't know. Maybe I would come back or something. I really liked it. It was.
And how did you know about this work?
A friend of mine told me. He said it's really something for you. You should do it. But I was in the beginning. I was scared because I never work alone, and I'm fucking alone here. I'm always with 2, 3 people next to me, and and I'm like, you have to do it like this. You have to do it, and now I have to do it all myself. And
didn't you think about maybe to invite some people here?
yeah, tomorrow people will come. Yeah, and they already came, some people, to see what I'm doing. But it's difficult to rehearse and talk against the wall. I really need somebody to direct me, but I had to do it all myself. It's really difficult. There was nobody, Ben, he came one time to see, and now tomorrow he's gonna come again, so that's 2 times, but I'm all the time alone, talking to somebody who isn't there, to an audience. It's really difficult. Next time I have to work with a director or something. It's much better.